Hi there. I'm just driving right now to a nice spot where I can tell you about the golden key of creating the practice of your dreams. And I thought it'd be a nice idea just to go for a little bit of tour down here on Longboat Key, Florida, so we can get the nice ambiance and the atmosphere for me to share this with you. So here we are today. We're in sunny Florida at the Booming Practice headquarters, and today we're going to tell you about the golden key to creating the booming practice that you dreamed of creating. So, Jean-Guy, before we jump into the golden key, we've been working with practitioners, professionals for quite a while.
Absolutely.
And one thing that we usually start out with to really kind of gain clarity is to figure out where they're at, is to ask them a few questions.
That's right, yeah. I'm just going to jump right into it and ask that first question. Do you ever get worried that there's just not enough clients, there's not enough clients coming through the door? Do you ever get worried about clients?
Now think about that, and you might be able to answer quickly yes or no, but just take a moment and really absorb these questions and find the answer for yourself, because this is really important. These questions will determine whether or not you're on track to creating the results that you desire. Okay, so another question: are you spending the time with your friends and family and time taking care of yourself that you want to spend?
The next question that I have is, do you feel like you've created the practice that you envisioned? When you started this practice, when you had the idea, you seen a picture, it came up, your mind thinks in pictures, so you had a picture. Does your practice look like the vision you originally had?
Another important question: are you contributing to the world in the way that you dreamed of? Okay. A lot of you, if you're like us and like a lot of our clients, you got into this industry so you could help other people and contribute and give value and make the world a better place in your own way, in a way that you're interested in, that you're impassioned by. And are you doing that? Well, so if at this point you feel like in any way that your practice isn't where you want it to be, or you don't have as much time freedom or as much financial freedom as you'd like to have, that's indication that something's a little bit off. Okay, and you may be missing the golden key that we're going to be talking about today. Okay, so the golden key is like the missing link. How do you tie it all together? How do you make sure that everything we share with you works for you? And it boils down to basically the golden key is action, taking action. Okay, because the golden key fits into a lock that opens the door. Now you need to put it in there, turn the door handle, open the door, and walk through that.
That's right. The golden key, we can provide you with all the keys and all the information you want. But if you don't open the door and you don't walk through, you don't take action. You have to make a committed decision and take action. You have to actually walk through the door to get to the next room. Just giving you a key isn't enough.
Yeah, and I'm sure you've seen that in your own practice. If you're in healthcare or coaching and you're working with clients, they come to you because they have certain problems. If you're in the healthcare, they may have pains or health problems, and you'll give them the information, and you'll even take action and use your skills to put them back into shape and that kind of thing. But if they don't take the information you give them and apply that in their everyday life, the changes will probably be pretty short-lived. They won't be as great as they could be if they cooperate with you fully by taking the action. So, Jean-Guy, why don't people take that action?
Well, that's there's a lot of time and energy put into answering that exact question. Why don't people take action? And here's the formula. You end up with results. At the end of the day, you have results. Those results are in direct correlation with the action you take. So in your world, you have a patient who's struggling. They're not getting the right results. They're not getting better. They're not improving their health. Their quality of life is not improving. And you quickly realize that they're not doing the home care. They're not taking action. They're not taking care of themselves when you tell them to. They haven't acted on any of your recommendations. And as a result, they're not seeing the results they want. So they're not doing the right actions. Now, the key here is that people don't like the results, so they change their actions. But you have to consider, where do actions come from? And that's part of the golden key is actions come from attitudes. So attitudes drive actions, and actions correlate your results. So that begs the question, where does an attitude come from? What is an attitude?
Right. So an attitude is comprised of three things. At the foundation, we have belief systems. And that's basically your interpretation of reality, your interpretation of your relationships, your life circumstances, your entire world. Those are your belief systems, you know. Then we have our thoughts, and we think according to our belief systems. Okay, and then we feel and have emotional responses based on our thoughts and our belief systems. So again, we have our belief systems, we have our thoughts, and we have our feelings, and all those three together creates our actions.
Attitudes of selling. If you have an attitude of selling, that selling is bad, that draws back to something. Look back, you'll find a situation perhaps where either you got into a bad experience, or your parents or somebody, there's a bad experience there that led to an attitude. There's a belief now that selling equals bad. That's what's happening subconsciously. And what you need to do, and what I do with my clients, Blaze, and let's just say this is your issue, I would say, Blaze, how do you feel about selling? You say, well, selling's kind of, it's pretty pushy. I don't really like selling. I don't like selling at all, actually. I would say, well, what if I changed it for you? What if I gave you the perception that selling is educating? Selling is being resourceful for somebody. That changes your perception. All of a sudden, you enjoy selling now because you know that you're educating. So that's why if your results aren't the way you like, don't just change your action. Don't bang your head against the wall. Go back to the attitude. Change the attitude. That's the root. Kind of in conclusion and in wrapping kind of a summary here, what I'd like to suggest is the golden key is really about looking, if you don't like your results, don't just look at the actions. Don't try to, if you don't like the results, don't keep running into the wall. That's what's happening. You keep running into the wall. You keep doing the exact same thing, and you hope that it's going to provide different results. And that's the definition of insanity, which is what Albert Einstein published, that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result.
Exactly. Yeah. So go back farther. Look at your attitudes. Look at your belief systems. How do you believe about marketing? What are your beliefs and thoughts about marketing? What are your beliefs and thoughts about asking for money for the services that you offer? What are your beliefs and thoughts and feelings about advertising, about connecting with other professionals, about contacting the press, about really sharing with the world the value that you have to offer to people? How do you feel about promotion? All these things, go back and look at those, okay? Because all of them are just based on a belief, and it's not necessarily right or wrong. And a great coach of mine said to me once, and this changed my entire view on a lot of things, he said, you can be right or you can be happy. You can be right or you can be successful. Because we all know that the advice is the cheapest commodity there is. And people love to be right and they fight to be right. Wars are fought. Millions and thousands of people are killed in history over who is right and who is wrong. And that's not what it's about here. This is about creating the result that you want, the booming practice that you dream of creating, okay? The life you want to create. So I'm doing this in a way to contribute to the world, to help more practitioners, help more people. And we've already helped hundreds of practitioners, professionals use the exact same things that we've taught you and that we go into greater detail in the blueprint about. And they've received phenomenal success from applying these. And it's my sincere wish that you can do the same and really create the life that you want for yourself. So you'll look in your email inbox. We'll send you a bit more information about that in a few days. You can look through it, see if it's something that resonates with you and it's something you want to pursue. And if it's not, you can look out there, and there's a lot of other resources as well to get these answers from. My main advice to you is to stick with it and to go the distance. Find what works and keep doing it again and again, and push your boundaries to go deeper into your attitude, to use the golden key, and to help yourself get the results.
And don't forget, we've given you the golden key here today, but at the end of the day, we've given you the golden key, we put it in the handle, we unlock the door, but you're going to have to walk through it. You're going to have to make that committed decision. You're going to have to take action. That's what the golden key is all about. So thanks a lot for joining us.